Hey guys, my name is Jum3e. I am a singer, dancer. I'm from the UK, London originally. I'm in Hertfordshire now, don't ask. And I make music. I make Christian R&B and Christian drill and Christian R&B pop. Yes. What made me get into music? I remember when I was 12, I asked my dad to buy me a computer, and it was for music. So normally it's like, Daddy, can I have a computer to do work and stuff? But I wanted one to be making music. Like, I don't know what got me into music. I think I've always just had it in me, like from a young age, growing up around music. My mom's not musical, but there was a lot of music in the house, always music in the house, and always movement. So we'd always be dancing around the house, like for no reason, literally no reason. So I think that was ingrained in me, and I think that's just a part of who I am. I think as you just grow up, you kind of find your affinity, and I think mine was just music and movement, literally. My musical influences are, number one is definitely, not even probably, Aaliyah. Aaliyah was my everything. She was my wife. She was my first wife. I had 3 wives, right? Aaliyah was my first wife. Then I had Left Eye was my second wife. And then Khalees was my third wife. Listen, if I ever meet Khalees, I need to tell her I prayed for her. So I went to church, right? Because you know Aaliyah passed away August 25th. And then Left Eye passed away shortly after that. I was devastated. So when I went to church, everyone's praying for their families, praying for houses, praying against wars. I'm like, Lord, please just save Khalees. Like, I literally went to the pastor. He's like, what do you want prayer for? Can you please pray for Khalees? And he's like, oh, is she a family member? I was like, no. She a friend? No. She's a singer that I really like. They must have thought I was crazy, and I fasted for her as well. I fasted 2 days for Khalees, because this was my third wife, yo. My first 2 wives already taken. Like, you ain't gonna take my third. So yeah, Aaliyah was my biggest inspiration. Khalees is another inspiration. Canton Jones, a big inspiration. He's a Christian R&B artist, and like Christian R&B was never really heard of. It's like, why are you doing that? You know, yeah, those are, I mean, there's others, but those are like the ones that come to mind right now. Brandy, Kerry Hilson, Licky Lee, she's a folk singer. I can't say that I'm eclectic, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna be one of those people that are like, oh, I'm into everything, dude. I'm into rock and that. I'm not, I can't lie to you. I like a lot of things. The only thing I do not like is death metal. I can't do death metal. I've tried, I really tried, but no. But yeah, those are my influences. Okay. I would collab with Aaliyah. I'd also like to collab with Amy Winehouse. That would just be so random. I'd pick Amy Winehouse. Just because I feel like it'll be really quite different, and there's parts of my voice which are very influenced by Amy Winehouse vocally. So, I forgot to mention, Amy Winehouse is an inspiration of mine, but vocally she's been like an inspiration. Aaliyah's an inspiration in terms of the whole package. Amy Winehouse for vocals, like, you ain't touching her. Like, do you know what I mean? So she's one of my vocal influences, along with Cisco, along with Destiny's Child. Those are my vocal influences. Live, I'd probably want to collab with Tinashe. Yeah, I like Tinashe. In my spare time, you're trying to get in my life. In my spare time, when I'm not making music, I'm running a business. I'm running a business. I'm reading. I started reading. I stopped reading after uni. Because you know, in uni you read so much, like you don't even want to see a book. But then I've been reading a lot in terms of just learning about like myself and life, and I found that it's really helped me to grow as an artist. I also watch a lot of films. I'm very visual, and I'm now really into like playing my Switch. I got a Nintendo Switch and I'm trying to keep off it. Ooh, good question. How do I switch on my creativity? I feel like there's two parts to that. So I feel like you need to have, like, I have Wednesdays is my music day. So I've done that since our last conversation. I've made Wednesdays my music day. So no matter what, I must make music on a Wednesday, whether I'm feeling inspired or not. The discipline of just having it in your system that I will make music no matter what kind of develops a kind of innate sense of inspiration, if that makes sense. Like, you just develop a skill in it. Then I also, did you say how do I find inspiration? Yeah, and then I find in, well, I feel like, low-key, I feel like inspiration is a gift from God, right? And I tell you why. I know that sounds so counterintuitive and people are like, oh, go to another place to get inspiration. I did that. So there was a point where during lockdown I was feeling really like uninspired. I went to the woods. I drove down to like a woods down, I can't remember where it was. I think it was Pets Woods or something. And I just drove there and I just went in the woods, been in a new environment, tried something new, I didn't get inspired. Then I tried listening to new music, didn't get inspired. Then I tried all these different new things. I was like, do something new, do something new. I did all of that, I didn't get inspired. And then I started thinking, well, what is inspiration? What, you can't quantify inspiration. You can't get it. You can't make it come. It's literally a gift, you know? So that also inspired me to read more and just get in touch with myself more. And as I have done, inspiration is almost every day. Like, my phone is full of inspiration, like, yeah. So I feel like get in touch with yourself. I think that's the source of the inspiration. The more you become self-aware, the more you know yourself and connect with yourself and love yourself, inspiration will just come out. You won't even have to beg for it. My music making process depends on the song. Sometimes I have a melody and then I just need to write words. Like, literally, I'll just force myself to write like 3 pages of just stuff, and then I'll put the words and the melody together. Sometimes the words come with the melody in terms of the inspiration. A lot of times it starts with my phone. I'll get an idea and I just need to record the idea in its raw form. Just literally, I mean, I've got this voice recorder app, so then like if you hear a beat on YouTube, you can play the track on YouTube but also record on top, so you get the inspiration and the sound as well. Yeah, so it depends. Sometimes I get keys, so I'll play some keys and then a melody and words come. Or sometimes, I think for one of my songs called Raindrops, I was actually in church and they were talking about like a scripture, and I read it at home and I literally made a song out of it. Like, so it just depends. It depends. Woo! I think it would have to be Destiny's Child writing us on the wall. I think it would be that. And the funny thing is, people don't really make albums no more. Like, people don't really think about albums no more. You just think about the singles. Yeah. If second place would be Aaliyah. Third place would probably be Pink's first album, the R&B album. Pink, you need to make another R&B album before you die. I mean, just please make another R&B album. But I mean, that first album, yeah. But Destiny's Child writing's on the wall. I'd be behind the scenes. There's no way. There's no way. I'd still be running my business, which is a music and dance company. If I wasn't able to do music, I'd be running music. If I wasn't able to make music, I'd be dead. Sorry. Neither. Success is not defined by talent or hard work. I mean, success. Okay. Oh yeah. Elaborate. Success is, first of all, what you decide it to be for you, and then hard work. You don't need hard work to be successful, and a lot of people don't need talent to be successful. It's more what you know, and how you implement what you know, and who you know. And yes, it does require a degree of talent. So out of the two, talent is more important. But we see lots of people who aren't talented and who are successful. So it's not really. They're not core components. But for me, because I value talent, talent out the two, definitely, for success. Yeah. There's the law of the least effort. So
is that a book?
It's a chapter of a book that I read about the 15 laws of growth, and one of the laws is the law of the least effort. Is if you find what your speciality, then you don't have to work hard because it's already ingrained. It's your strength. You don't have to work too hard at it. So just keep that going rather than focusing on your weaknesses. Focus on your strengths. Get someone else to handle your weaknesses and grow. And it's the law of the least effort. Maximum passion, least effort. My favorite book is As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. When I read that, it really challenged me on how I think. So the book's really based on how you think and how what we think materializes into how we live and what's around us. And we can literally change our lives by starting with how we change how we think. And after reading that book, that was the first year I had depression free. I'm about 2.5 years depression and suicide thought free, but that was the first book I read that got me onto that process. Five Guys, if you're gonna ask me about any restaurant, Five Guys is at the top of that list. It's at Five Guys, it has to be a burger, don't give me no hot dogs. Burger with grilled onions, grilled mushrooms, ketchup, mustard, a little bit of lettuce, I don't like too much grass, and no jalapenos. Yeah, no tomatoes either. I love tomatoes, but not in burgers. Yeah. Oh, drink! Peanut butter, banana with little bits of bacon sometimes. I know, I know the bacon thing throws everyone. I know! It threw me off too. But when I try it gives it like this little sweetness, this little crunch. But I don't chill with pigs like that. So it's not something I do regularly. Like, do you know what I mean? That's a great question. I would have said to myself 10 years ago, just keep going in spite of what they say. And in spite of what they do. They may laugh now, but they're going to respect you later. And that I've seen that translate in so many different aspects of my life, especially music. We don't have the time. I could literally give you the storyboard. Like, I've got it written down. But one of my fave scenes from it is me with 250 dancers. And you just have a plane videoing all of us just in one motion.